Ladies, we're here tonight on the How's everybody doing tonight? We're here to do the Oklahoma City Thunder Houston recap. Oh my lord, this game. We're going to get game 7 tonight. We got 2 game 7s coming up. We got Oklahoma versus Houston. We got Denver versus Utah. We got 2 game 7s coming up. The 2 best worlds in sports. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This game was back and forth, just back and forth the whole night. It seemed like I thought Houston was going to maybe take over in the second half like they did in game 5. But man, Thunder would just not let it go tonight, man. Chris Paul, man, you could tell he wants this bad, man. Chris Paul wants this bad. He was still pissed off about what happened last year, about everyone was saying he was washed up. You know, they were using him almost as a role player, just having having him stand in that 3-point line and just waiting to catch the basketball. This guy is still a star. Yeah, I guess he still is a star in this league, man. Tonight, once again, fantastic. 28 points. The guy's fantastic, man. 7 rebounds. You know, the guy, let me see here. He took 20 shots. So he shot about 50%. He took 20 shots and made 10 of them. The guy can still ball out, man. It's just that last year they were treating him like another damn role player, having him stand a lot of times at that 3-point line, waiting for James Harden to pass him the ball. But now he's back to being himself here with the Thunder. Been fantastic, man. Mentoring this team. We thought this team was going to go on rebuild mode, and then even possibly by the trade deadline, maybe sometime in January, February, they could have ended up chipping out Chris Paul to a championship contender. But no, this team is 1 game away from going to the second round. Ladies and gentlemen, Westbrook in 3 years cannot get this team to the second round. Chris Paul, a 35-year-old Chris Paul, might do it in year 1. And how ironic it's against Westbrook, the man for the last 3 years has tried to get this team out of the first round and fail. And now he might be the victim of the team finally getting to the second round. Jesus Christ. And Westbrook was terrible towards the end of this game. I think Mike D'Antoni is trying, because everybody says, you know, Harden, he has a history of choking. So I think he's like, this is why we got you, Westbrook. We want you to take over late in games. And he choked it out tonight. Westbrook, missing layups, turning the basketball over. So it's like, Mike D'Antoni's probably putting his heads up, scratching his ass. You don't even got handroids. What the hell do I do now? We brought this dude in here. So, you know, in late in the games, he can win us the games. Because that's the problem we have with Harden all these last years, that Harden chokes at the end of the games. And so tonight, they're like, all right, Westbrook, this is why we got you here. This is why we brought you here. And he choked with the turnovers and the missed layups. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do right now. You know, let's look at this. You know, Harden had a good game, 32 points. Took 22 shots, made 11 of them. You know, Westbrook didn't have, you know, he had a better game than last time out. You know, still kind of struggling a little bit. You know, 17 points. Took 15 shots, made 8. But yeah, I mean, it's like they sort of said, okay, Harden, carry us for about 45 minutes. Westbrook, take us home for the 3 minutes. And Westbrook couldn't do it for some reason. He just couldn't do it. So now I don't know what the hell they're going to do. But yeah, I mean, let's see what happens in game 7. Interesting if it gets a close game, which probably will be a close game. What Mike D'Antoni decides to do, does he give it to Harden, does he give it to Westbrook? Because Harden has always choked. Westbrook choked tonight. So what do you do for game 7 if you're Mike D'Antoni and it's a close game late? A lot of people say just give it to Harden. Because at least Harden has a better rhythm right now. Westbrook has not played basketball like in 3 weeks. He's still trying to get his legs under him. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me read the stat line. PJ Tucker, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Robert Cunningham, 18 points. He was pretty good tonight. Eric Gordon, 9 points. We need to see a little bit. Eric Gordon, that's the guy that needs to play better as well. You know, everybody's going to talk about Russell Westbrook late in the game, how he choked it. But that's another guy that he needs to show up a little bit better. He needs to, you know, you're the 3rd best player on this team. You need to get your head out of your ass, and you need to play better, Eric Gordon. Only 9 points. Took 12 shots, only made 3 of them. We need to see better performance from Game 7 from Eric Gordon, because yeah, he's the 3rd best player on the team, but he needs to play like it. Let's just say that. Eric Gordon, there's an FBI report looking for you. There's a PB&J out for you, Eric Gordon. You better show up in Game 7. You understand what I'm saying to you right now? You know, the bench, you know, other than Daniel House, nobody really doing much for this bench. With 12 points, Daniel House. Let's look at the damn Thunder stat sheet. Danny Gallinari, he was fantastic. 25 points. He took 17 shots, made 9 of them. He was pretty good tonight. Adam, 6 points, whatever. 14 rebounds. You know, he's there to play defense and rebound, so he did his job. Chris Paul, like I said, fantastic. 28 points. Gilkis Alexander Sandrix Gillinaris with 10 points. Luke Dort with 13 points. Ferguson with 0. Let's see here. Shooter's the dog right there with 12 points. Shooter is the guy that it almost seems like he's a Chris Paul. He's Chris Paul Jr. You don't. He has that dog in him as well as Dennis Shooter. So they don't miss too much when it comes to the dog mentality when you substitute in Dennis Shooter for Chris Paul. Obviously, Chris Paul's a better basketball player, but as far as being a dog, a physical player, you don't miss too much when you substitute Dennis Shooter for Chris Paul. He had 12 points tonight, took 16 shots, made 5 of them in 37 minutes. So, like I said, they don't miss too much when it comes to being tough and being a dog out there when you substitute Dennis Shooter for Chris Paul. But we'll see what happens in Game 7, ladies and gentlemen. We will see what happens. I think Thunder will win it because I trust Billy Donovan to come up with a better strategy and to be able to adjust as the game goes on more than I do that freaking Mike D'Antoni, that freaking Kentucky Fried Chicken lookalike, Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel Sanders lookalike. So I trust Billy Donovan. I trust Chris Paul to come up more in the clutch more than I do when it comes to Westbrook and Harden. So tell me, when it comes to who's going to come up, who can I trust better to come in through in the clutch in the game? I got Chris Paul. Who can I trust to coach the game, come up with a good game plan? And I trust, if you have to, Billy Donovan. So I'm going with the Thunder to win Game 7. That's what I'm going with. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But until next time, I am out like a light. Holla at your boy. I slept through the flight, motherfuckers.